Hey folks, welcome back to the Lone Pine Tarot, or of course, welcome to Lone Pine Tarot for the very first time if you are new here. Thank you so much for joining me today for our Sunday Pick a Card reading. I do just have one tiny little side news announcement to make before we get to picking our pile, so just bear with me for about 20 seconds or so. So, if you're watching this the day it's uploaded, so about March 16th, 2025, from tomorrow, March 17th through March 21st, so Monday through Friday, we will have in our community what I call Blossoms and Blessings Week 2025. And what that means is every single one of those days, there will be an aptly spring-themed tarot reading for you to view if you would like. Normally, I don't really announce the themed weeks in videos just because I have a banner on the channel. I also have a post where I typically announce it both the first of the month and the day of. But in previous theme weeks, sometimes people were kind of blindsided or like YouTube didn't push the videos to them. So I was like, why not just cover all of our bases and just put a little reminder in the video right before that week. So thank you. That was the news announcement. Now let's get to the pick a card reading. For today's pick a card reading, I was inspired by a poll I actually did in my posts on my channel where I asked in a poll how everybody's 2025 has been going so far. And unfortunately, like, the majority of you, I think about 40% or so last I checked, said you've been having, like, a really bad 2025. Like, basically the answer was, I want the universe to send luck my way stat. So, kind of inspired by that, because I really want to send some good news your way for our community. I wanted to do a guardian angel reading today, and more specifically, getting refreshing good news from guardian angels. So that's our topic today. Without further ado, let us pick our piles. We're using guardian angel cards specifically, so there's just a few of them from the Ask Your Guides Oracle, and let's connect with them now. So guardian angels for our wonderful community, could you please come forward and help us pick the right cards for them to receive refreshing good news from you for today? Thank you. Okay, so there is pile 1. It already kind of flipped over on its own. We'll talk about that in a second. And for pile 2, I feel this one in the middle. And I'm going to choose this one for pile 3. Let's reveal the cards. Except pile 1. Yours already revealed itself. So you have the Guardian Angel of Caution with number 6, if you would like to choose with numerology. For pile number 2, here in the middle, you have the Guardian Angel of Prayer, or number 1. And for pile number 3 today, here on the right, your guardian angel is the Guardian Angel of Adventure, or number 7. Okay, so quick reminder, pile 1, Caution, pile 2, Prayer, pile 3, Adventure. Although, as I always say, you are always welcome to pause on this part of the reading if you need more time to decide what pile is calling to you. If you're new to pick a card readings, I always just suggest closing your eyes and taking in a deep cleansing breath, holding it for just a few moments. And then when you breathe out and open your eyes again, see what card calls to you the most. What draws your eye first? What feels right in your gut? And that is my suggestion for which pile to choose, following your own intuition. But whatever your method, of course, you can drop down to the description box below or the top pinned comment beneath the reading and find the timestamp for your pile. Click on it, and then I'll see you in our little chat about the refreshing good news coming your way from your guardian angels. See you there. Hello there, pile number 1. Welcome today to your pick a card reading about refreshing good news coming your way from your guardian angels. As you recall, your pile leader you were drawn to was the green and blue Guardian Angel of Caution and the number 6. So right off the bat, what I'm hearing intuitively is I get the feeling that there's something you're either trying to prevent or like block from happening, or your guardian angels are working right now to block something from happening to you or like affecting you. Especially too because I'm drawn to the way that she crosses her hands over her heart, like she's protecting her heart, and even the green energy around her heart kind of makes me think of the heart chakra. By protecting emotionally. Okay. So let's put your pile leader over here to the left to begin. And we're going to start with drawing, let's see, Lenormand Tarot think we'll start with that, and then we'll move on to oracle cards. So, guardian angel coming forward for our wonderful pile 1 today, or maybe multiple guardian angels, plural. Can you tell us more about the situation that's going to get better for them? What good news is coming their way? Thank you. Well, for sure, that one. Let's see, number 2 and 3. There's Lenormand. Then we have the nice big Pastoral Tarot. Let's see. Okay, so we actually have 2 coming out from that one. So we've got the moon, and we've got, oh god, this whole deck is gorgeous, but that moon especially is beautiful. And the 7 of Pentacles, hard at work trying to get something started. Although with the moon, it's like an illusion of some sort. Something's not what it seems. Okay. So we'll put those 2 up there, and then let's draw your regular tarot cards as well from the Ethereal Visions tarot we're using today. I like to use the gold foil deck with angels. Just seems like a good fit. Okay. And it's interesting, there's also multiple dogs. Not only do you have the dog and the coyote and the moon, but you also have a dog here in the 7 of Pentacles. And I'm actually feeling the back one. I'll use that one. Okay. So let's reveal the cards that haven't flipped over yet. So pile 1 from your Lenormand today. You have the mountain. Okay, that makes tons of sense. The mountain in Lenormand tends to represent an obstacle in your way of some sort. It can also mean like blocking something, kind of like we're talking about like preventing something with the caution guardian angel. Then we have the fox being clever, and then we have the man, or the Lord in the specific variations. So I would read this particular Lenormand reading, meaning that it's a situation at hand where there's an obstacle, and then yes, cleverness and a man. Let me try to think of stringing that together in one sentence here, pile 1. So an obstacle related to a clever man or a man's cleverness. Or it can also represent, if not specifically a man, pile 1, something that you're doing in life that is embodying masculine energy. So taking action, trying to protect something, trying to keep something under control, those types of things. So it's an obstacle that maybe you're trying to puzzle through. You're trying to figure out, well, how the frick do I get past this? How do I overcome this thing in my way? How do I protect what matters to me? Things like that. So actually, we're going to kind of set this here. Apologies. Typically, I only draw 1 Pastoral Tarot, but with 2, it's a little bit of a squish here on the table. So, and then we have the sun reversed. Okay, that makes total sense as well. Sun reversed tends to represent, at least as the first card, or inciting incident, I like to call it, some unhappiness or some lack of truth. So something that's not going too well in your life right now. And then the Emperor. So we have that masculine energy once again, pile 1. Emperor can mean a man or a father figure, but it can also mean the embodiment of those masculine traits, like, yes, like I said, authority, control, trying to protect something. Then we have the moon. Look at all these major arcana, and you got the moon twice, pile 1. You got it in Pastoral Tarot and then also Ethereal Visions. And that is the heart of the matter. It's illusions. Okay. Then we have another major arcana. Oh my god, we have death, which can mean change. And then last but not least, we have, okay, so there's 1 minor arcana. We have the 6 of Pentacles reversed. Unfairness, especially when it comes to finances or resources. Okay, so right off the bat, I want to say pile 1. If you're familiar with my tarot readings, forgive me if this is kind of repetitive, because I do say this in most videos where this comes up, but you have a lot of major arcana, even in the Pastoral Tarot too. And what that means to me as a tarot reader is that there is something involved with the situation your guardian angels want to talk about that is a major life lesson for you, or it's some pivotal moment of your life, or it's something just very important. It's something that's your life maybe is kind of hinging on. So this is what they want to talk to you about today, okay? And what I am seeing is that, yes, there's an obstacle you're trying to clear out of the way. You're trying to protect something. You're trying to be smart about it, especially with the fox, because foxes are clever, right? And that's what they represent in Lenormand as well. But it's like you're having a hard time getting something off the ground. The Seven of Pentacles is like planting seeds, trying to start something. Like it's almost springtime here when he's, maybe even summer, I guess, because there is some foliage that is growing. Everything is pretty lush, but this farmer is putting in a lot of work. He's like, I'm trying to get these, they almost look like pumpkins to me with the yellow flowers, but it could be some gourd of whatever kind. Either way, it's a metaphor for a project, right? Trying to get it off the ground, trying to get things started, but there's something deceptive. And I wonder if you have already realized that there was like more work to it than you thought, or it required more resources than you thought, especially like maybe in terms of money, because you do have pentacles that did pop up here a lot, or at least in the 2 minor arcana that you got, the 7 and the 6 of Pentacles. That was the only element which you received, which was Pentacles mean earth, which is finances and career. Okay. So trying to get something off the ground, maybe you don't have enough resources and things were kind of deceptive because the moon, which you did get twice, not just twice, but you also got it as the heart of the matter card, as I call it here in the middle of the tarot spread. Something wasn't what it seemed. Maybe you thought it'd be easier than it was supposed to be. Maybe you thought it would be, it would take less resources, but in either case, you're just not sure. You're like, oh no, I have to think through this cleverly because now I might be in a bit of a pickle. Okay. And I want to say, reading the trajectory of the other tarot cards, yes, I mean, it does confirm it's something that you are trying to protect or trying to go after, or trying to maybe even have a little bit of authority in, because that's another way that the Emperor can manifest itself. Because of an unhappiness, like you're trying to move away from unhappiness, with the Sun reversed being the inciting incident. You're like, I'm trying to, I want to be successful with this. I want this thing to go well. And then the other side of the Sun reverse, though, kind of is almost like the moon, where a Sun reverse is like something was dishonest or wasn't truthful. And I wonder if that kind of maybe reflects once again what I was saying about, it's like something wasn't what it seemed, or maybe someone didn't give you all the information that you needed before you went headlong into this project or this goal that you're trying to achieve. And you were like, oh crap, I feel almost kind of deceived, or like I didn't have all the information, resources, tools that I needed. Okay. And then, yes, present is the moon. There's the illusion. Okay. But the good news is that in the future pile 1, you have death, which I know that doesn't sound, if you're not familiar with tarot, that doesn't sound like a fun time, right? But what death actually represents most of the time in tarot is a time of change, pivotal change, right? That means what your guardian angels are saying is that there's change coming in this situation. So if it seems really difficult right now, especially if you're in that 7 of Pentacles energy of being like down in the dirt, trying to scrabble together like, fertilizer for this project, pulling out the weeds on this project or goal, things like that, insert other gardening metaphor here for all the hard work and sweat and tears you're pouring into this. That's changing. And what's changing is the outcome here. So a change in the 6 of Pentacles reversed, which represents a change in an unfairness in terms of money or resources, or just like time can be another resource as well. So your guardian angels are saying, don't worry, pile 1. It's going to get fairer to you in terms of time and or money. Okay, so that's what's changing. That's the good news coming your way. Though I do want to draw some more cards to get more clarity on like more of the specifics around this good news and like why it's changing and what's going on. So we're going to grab Lenormand. I did say we were going to draw oracle cards, and we will get to those because those will be like the final advice cards, but I find Lenormand is really good for like blunt answers. It's very good for predictive type things. So guardian angels for my wonderful pile 1, could you please tell me more about how does this change for them? What is the inciting incident for the change of death in righting the unfairness with the 6 of Pentacles reverse? Thank you. Okay, we have the boy, and then this one also was like, pick me, and the scythe. Okay, something happening swiftly. The boy, the scythe, and the owls, or the birds. And what that means, pile 1, is the change is coming about because now the boy can mean different things, and this is common with people figures in all different cartomancy systems. The boy can literally represent a younger male figure. It can also represent the qualities of a child. So optimism, youthfulness, play, things like that. So there's something about optimism swiftly changing, because the scythe is something that happens quickly, like a scythe kind of honing down on hay, for example, grass, because of communication. That's what the birds means. It means someone talking like birds, okay? So optimism swiftly changing because of communication. There's something that someone is going to tell you soon, possibly a younger male figure, because of the child, the boy, specifically, which is also interesting because we also have kind of a boy, blondish looking figure in the Seven of Pentacles. But yes, swiftly changing because of something that they say to you or they tell you. So I don't know, maybe if it's like you're waiting on information from a person like this, and when they finally give you that info, it'll be like that breath of relief of like, oh, okay, now I know what to do. Now I know how to fix this. Now I know how to go forward and get things back on track and not be so stressed about this. And, you know, same thing too, if it's money related, maybe it's money that you're waiting on from this figure as well. But in either case, even if it isn't specifically a younger male, this is about communication. Someone's going to tell you something pretty quick here that'll fix the problem. It could be either advice, or it could be like a direction to take, or it could also be like maybe, like I said, like you're waiting on that information, and getting that info is what will change the course of it to something more positive rather than the stressful unhappiness that we've been seeing here with the sun reversed and everything else, okay? And also, too, it could also bring clarity, because like I said, with the sun reversed earlier being dishonesty sometimes, and the moon being illusions, it's like maybe they could also break the illusion or give you more clarity on why it wasn't what it seemed. That can also help in some ways. So, yeah. Okay, so let's grab your Oracle cards, pile 1. We do have the Angel Guide Oracle. So let's flip those cards. Guardian Angels, any other advice you want to give for pile 1 about this positive change? I'm drawn to this one. So you received the angel of take charge and action. Okay, so the angel is literally handing you an arrow, pile 1. They're saying, if possible, you know, once again, we have that blonde figure, like a blonde young male. There's something with a blonde young male, or, you know, it could also be that this particular spirit guide or guardian angel is, like, appears that way, pile 1. So if that also resonates, that's maybe a bit of an indicator as to what guardian angel is really coming forward prominently for you. But here, I'm going to shift in my chair a bit. Yeah, so they're handing you the arrow, and it's like they're telling you it's time to take charge and action. So if you have been hesitating at all because of some of the stress or because of some of the uncertainty, this guardian angel is saying, don't hesitate, move forward. And it's also very telling. I just realized, because of your pile leader being caution, it's like this trajectory moving from, oh, okay, wait, I got to put on the brakes and slow down, to, okay, take the brakes off and go forward. So I wonder if maybe you were even drawn to caution because that's how you've been feeling lately. Like, oh man, I feel like I need to pump the brakes on this. I need to like slow down. But no, your guardian angels be like, no, don't slow down. Take charge and action. So keep going, even if things seem kind of scary right now, even if things seem kind of uncertain, because they're saying it's a good time for you to, I mean, I almost kind of think of like the symbolism of like bows and arrows, okay? Because a lot of times when you are shooting a bow and you put the arrow, you knock it, and you have to kind of prepare a little bit before you pull the bow back, and you have to figure out, like, you know, your stance. You got to figure out, okay, what target am I looming at? And it's almost like your spirit guide or your guardian angel saying, you've already done all the prep work. You've done everything that you needed to do. Just let the arrow fly. Okay? Even if it seems uncertain. So that's advice number 1 from at least the Angel Guide Oracle you received. And then let's also grab the Healing Spirits Oracle for today. Any other advice, Guardian Angel, for our pile 1? Thank you. On this situation. Let's see. Look at that, pile 1. That is exactly what I was just saying. And you saw me shuffle, I swear to God. That is exactly what I was just saying. Okay, so this is the perfect time. If you needed any more of a flashing neon sign in your face to go forward, pile 1, this is like the second neon flashing sign after take charge and action. This is the perfect time. Okay. And also, it is the color red, and we always kind of associate red with, like, action, you know, or, like, movement and energy, okay? Things like that. Of course, also, like, the root chakra. But please, if you're waiting for a perfect time for something, especially if maybe things have been kind of unclear, that's maybe what you're waiting for. You're like, I want more clarity before I move forward. There's change with that, and also change in the fairness of things, as we talked about earlier. So that's guaranteed, but please move forward now. This is the perfect time. Okay, I don't know what it is you guys are waiting for, like what you're hesitating about, other than, you know, like I said, the general, you know, things have been kind of unclear, and there's like illusions, and it's been kind of unfair, but it's changing. So, I mean, feel free to weigh down in the comments down below. I want to know what you guys are kind of like waiting for, but whatever it is, let the arrow fly. Please, 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 is what your guardian angel is really emphasizing today. Move from that caution to, okay, bam, we're going to go forward. Time to put our foot to the pedal on the gas and push right forward instead of, you know, brakes. So, yeah, let's end off the reading with, let's see, do I want more Lenormand, or let's do 3 more tarot. I want to do some more tarot. I'm trying to think what would be the best question to ask for you, pile 1. I want to know, after the communication that helps you, that we talked about with Lenormand earlier, after the communication and after things change and you take action, what else is good that is coming down the pipeline because of that? So, guardian angel, can you give us some more good news in that area? What else good is coming down the pipeline in this area because of the communication and the action that pile 1 takes, or is being encouraged to take, I should say? Let's see. We have the Knight of Wands. Okay, that's flashing neon sign number 3, take action. Okay, Knight of Wands is someone who takes action on their passions, and also he is one of the fastest knights. Not as fast as the Knight of Swords, but he's almost there, which means things happening rapidly, especially if you felt like things have been kind of a stasis for a while, maybe because of that hesitation, the caution, the unclarity, or things seeming kind of foggy. Knight of Wands goes forward and is like, okay, now we're ready to go forward. Things will open up. It's almost like a, the metaphor I like to use is like a brook finally opening after it's been clogged with leaves. It's like, oh, the water's finally flowing. Things are going more smoothly and at the right pace. Okay. Then card number 2. Look at that. Now you got a King of Wands. Lots of fire. Fire, fire everywhere. And so King of Wands is mastery of our passions and our ambitions. Okay, so I also want to say, like, success with whatever this ambition is, because a king, and you know, a lot of masculine energy still, yet again, like the Emperor and then all the male cards we had earlier from Lenormand. But yeah, I got a little aside about the masculine energy. But yes, King of Wands is, so whatever it is you are trying to achieve, pile 1, you're on the right path towards mastery and success with this passion. And not just the right path, but more swiftly because of that Knight of Wands upright. Okay, so lots of movement, lots of success. And then we have, interesting, the Hangman. And then this card also wanted to come out with it, so I'm going to pull it. We have the 4 of Cups. Interesting. So let's see. The Hanged Man is all about different perspectives, seeing something in a new way. So I think a lot of the illusions or the feeling of things being unclear, I mean, we already kind of said that it's going to clear up, but the Hangman especially is about seeing it from a different perspective. I think this whole ordeal that you've been through, pile 1, you'll get a whole shifting new point of view on it afterwards. Of course, once things kind of clear up and it's a little bit less stressful, right? But it's like you seeing it more as, instead of this time of trial, as in like, oh, okay, that was a little bit more of just a little speed bump on the road rather than like the mountain that I thought it was going to be. Okay. Seeing it in a different light. And then the 4 of Cups is interesting because the 4 of Cups can mean apathy, pile 1, but it can also mean not paying attention to something. There's something surprising coming along too. It's like, because the figure in the 4 of Cups always looks at the 3 cups in front of him, but he doesn't notice the cup behind him. And it's very interesting that it's also born on angel wings. Speaking of guardian angels, right? You know, actually, too, even your Healing Spirits Oracle has almost wings. You can kind of see, maybe not on camera very well, but there's like these white marks here that almost look like angel wings. How beautiful. Lots of angel energy around you right now. But yes, born on angel wings. So it's almost like your guardian angels are like, we're trying to muster something forward to help you. Okay. So don't be surprised if there's like a little something come along that you don't expect that's positive. I'm going to grab just one last Lenormand card to say what that positive thing is. Can you give us a hint, guardian angel? One Lenormand card on the little surprise that they aren't really paying attention to that's coming. We have the anchor. Okay, and the anchor in Lenormand pile 1 is all about stability. So it's something that will bring stability and safe harbor. Maybe bringing things from what was really a little bit more chaotic and unsure to more solid land. Okay, having somewhere to land, somewhere it's more, it feels more steady. Okay, so that's your reading for today, pile 1. I am so glad to have been able to deliver that positive news to you from your guardian angels. So thank you so much for tuning in. And if you liked the reading and if it resonated with your situation, please like, comment, or subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. That just helps me out a little bit, which helps me provide more readings for both you and others in the future. And as is our tradition on Lone Pine Tarot, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye, pile 1. Hello there, pile number 2. Welcome today to your refreshing good news pick a card reading from your guardian angels. As you recall, the pile leader you chose today was the guardian angel of prayer and number 1. So right off the bat, what I'm hearing intuitively from this card, pile 2, is something about an insight, something about some knowledge you might be seeking. Specifically like information or something to do with the matters of the heart, especially because of the way that the particular figure is holding her hands in front of her heart. We also see green light, which makes me think of like the heart chakra, things along those lines. But then she also has a star right above her crown chakra, which is like downloads, like trying to get information from above, which makes sense because it is the card of prayer, is asking above, hey, I want to make a connection, I need help with something, things like that. So what a beautiful card. Excuse me. My voice is a tad scratchy again today. So I want to start our reading pile 2 with, let's do the Pastoral Tarot and Lenormand. So guardian angel for pile 2, we want to hear some good refreshing news. Can you tell us more about a situation where something positive is coming down the pipeline for them? Thank you. And their role in it. Thank you. Okay, this one says pick me, and then let's grab the tarot. I'm sorry, not tarot, Lenormand. Okay. And last but not least, we have the Ethereal Visions Tarot, which will give us more insight into the situation at hand. Excuse me. And feel this one. There's number 5. Okay. Thank you for your patience, pile 2, as we drew the cards. So first up from the Pastoral Tarot, you received the Ace of Swords. And what did I tell you, pile 2? I was like, I feel like you're looking for ideas. I feel like you're looking for knowledge of some sort. And that is precisely what the Ace of Swords represents. It represents, I almost kind of call it the light bulb moment card in tarot. You're looking for insight. You're looking for some sort of knowledge. You want an idea. Like, what direction do I go? Especially even like looking at this one as a cat in a maze. Like, what direction do I go in? And then there's a light bulb of, oh, I'm in the middle of the maze. I found out where I am. Okay, so keep that in mind. Then from Lenormand, we have, oh, beautiful. We have the flowers. Then we have the man, the working man specifically. And we have the home. So I would read that pile too in a sentence. Let's see. The flowers are a gift. The man is usually a man, or the traits of masculine energy. And then the home is, well, a home, right? So the gift of a man at home, or it could also mean a gift of some sort of action to be taken within the home. I don't know if you're like moving soon, pile 2, or you're trying to decide if you want to move. Like maybe the place you're in right now isn't your favorite place to be. Because, I mean, it's possible that there is a man involved. Like maybe your partner is a man. And so it's kind of like, you're like, I don't know, should I introduce the idea to him? Like maybe we should move. Or it's also possible that, like I said, this can represent masculine energy and not a man himself. It can mean like taking action. It can also mean protective elements. It can also mean something to do with like having authority and like control. Okay. So it could also be protecting your home in some way, the gift of home protection. I don't know if maybe you're worried about something around your house, or something broke recently around your house, like an appliance or some sort of like structural thing going on. And you're kind of wondering, like, how is that going to work out? Or that move? However that applies to you specifically, pile 2. And so, yeah, the Ace of Swords is you looking for ideas. Okay. Or maybe even you're looking for help with this. Say if, like, maybe a financial blockage came up because you're like, well, I want to do this thing, but I don't know how I'm going to get there because I might not have the resources for it, or to fix that thing or move, whatever your situation is. And the good news in that case, pile 2, is that the flowers mean a gift. Okay, so like literally something being given to you. So the gift of protection of the home, or action with the home. Let's look at your other tarot cards to get a bigger picture, though. We have the King of Pentacles. Okay, speaking of resources, the King of Pentacles is the mastery of Earth, which is in an external way. So being successful, excuse me, can't talk today when my throat is scratchy. Successful, that's the word I wanted, in career. Successful with finances and resources. So that being the inciting incident tells me that you're looking for like help in this area or success in this area. Okay. Could also once again represent a masculine figure who is like that, a responsible, financially, fiscally responsible man. Okay. We have the Fool, a new beginning. So yeah, I think for sure some of you are like maybe wanting to move. And then too, you had the Ace of Swords, and Ace in tarot also represents new beginnings. So financial mastery or career mastery for a new beginning. Page of Wands is the heart of the matter, exploring our passions. What really draws you in? What is something that sparks your ambition, sparks your interest? Okay, and it's interesting because this particular Page of Wands is almost kind of looking towards the past, but up. Trying to improve where we are, trying to improve our past by changing our future. Things like that. And also where she is very barren. It's like right now where she is, she's like, I don't know if I really like being here. So I'm going to look and see, is there something better for me out there? And then we have Judgment, another major arcana reversed. Okay, so that can mean fear of judgment or fear of an inability to move up in some way. Because literally Judgment, I call it like the level up card. So yeah, I mean, literally it can mean moving, like I said before. It can also mean like a fear of an inability to make progress. Okay, and then we have the Hermit, another major arcana. Going within to find the answers and insight. Introversion is another way to read the Hermit. Okay, maybe you are planning to move somewhere more rural, because the Hermit can mean like more isolated, okay, in a positive way. But in any case, pile 2, it's an outcome towards greater internal understanding, greater insight because of spending time alone more, which is interesting. It could also be that you're having someone move out of your place. And that's the gift, which, I mean, that sounds kind of sad, but I mean, if they're not a good roommate, then it's probably a good thing, right? So, yeah, what I'm hearing from your guardian angels, pile 2, is that this is the gift or the good news coming, is change in this area towards better stability and protection of the home, or a better home in general that is more protective of you, more fitting for your needs, things like that. especially when it comes to mustering financial resources because of the King of Pentacles. And so before, when we talked about, it's like you're waiting for an idea. You're waiting for, well, it could also mean waiting for a word, communication. Maybe that's what prayer means, is you've prayed to your angels or your spirit guides, etc., whatever beings that you personally work with, right? Or like ask them, like, please give me an answer, okay? And so they're saying that this is their answer, perhaps, but it also, like I said, can mean an idea of some sort. So it's like they're coming down to say to you, pile 2, well, here is your idea, here is your direction. That's another really good word for the Ace of Swords, in my opinion. But let's see. And that new beginning is coming because of the Fool. So I think, pile 2, if you were to reflect more a bit internally about what you're looking for in a more isolated manner, asking yourself and not so much weighing the opinions of others, even though others' opinions might be involved, that is where you're going to find your answer for the perfect way to move forward. And that's where you'll get the good news, specifically. But in general, this situation is improving for the better. This is why this is the good news, okay? Anything to do with the home, anything to do with exploring what makes you feel more alive, especially regarding moving and things like that, making progress in life. So if you've been praying recently about something in that area, that's what's coming to you. The thing you prayed for with these situations or these particular areas of life. Okay. What an interesting reading, pile 2. I also want to ask with Lenormand, so I'm going to draw these again. If your guardian angel can say more specifically what the best way forward is. Because they did ask you to do some internal reflecting here with the Hermit. But if they could just give us a bit more of a nudge in the right direction, that would be awesome. So 3 cards on that, please. Guardian angel, pile 2. Or I should say angels, plural. What's the right idea nudge? Okay, so star can mean your goals. So think about, what are your goals, pile 2? What are you really, really looking for deep down? And then we have the holly tree, which can mean either stagnancy or it can mean family and health. So your goals with your family or with your health. And the ring, which is promises. Okay, so I think some of you, maybe really this is like a partner is involved in this too, potentially, or maybe a friend, someone who's close, someone that you have a bond with, okay, because that's another interpretation of the ring in Lenormand is a bond, a promise. And in general, though, what they're saying is that the nudge in the right direction, when you reflect internally, is focus on what your goals are with family or health and your promises, your agreements with others. Okay. And that will be the right direction to take. Let's see here. Anything else before we move on to your oracle cards as final pieces of advice? So what a beautiful reading, pile 2. Very gorgeous reading. So new beginnings coming forward. Improvements in your home or the protection of your home and your family, it seems like, or your health too, at least. And finally making progress in these areas after the judgment is reversed. Okay, or I should say made upright, because right now it's currently reversed, but that seems to be what is changing as a good news reading. So let's ask from the Angel Guide Oracle. Any other advice for them, guardian angels? Thank you. Okay, I already know which one I want to pick because it's jabbing me in the palm. It's like, pick me. Beautiful. Power and intention. Remember what I was saying before, pile 2? Think about what are your really deepest goals with this situation. What are your intentions? What do you really, really want out of this thing that you've been praying for? Okay. It almost seems to me that maybe the reason why it hasn't come to you yet is because the universe needs just a little bit more of a nudge of intention from you before it comes to fruition. And what I mean by that, pile 2, is it's not like a blaming, like, oh, you didn't wish for it enough, how bad of you. Like, not that, but it's almost like defining it more and more closely linked to the core reason of why you're searching for this thing or asking for this thing. Okay? And that is where your power lies in bringing it to fruition here. And 2, power and intention. This is also a very masculine card. He almost kind of reminds me of that King of Pentacles. They're both kind of the, bearded, white-haired older men, right? Makes me think of, but even too, look at the Hermit. Bearded, older man, right? He's not quite white-haired yet, but he's getting there. So I wonder, too, if there's also some sort of... It could either be that this is a spirit guide or guardian angel that you have seen or worked with before that looks this way, or maybe there is an older man in your life that is a part of this that you could look to for some help in nudging towards, the right direction and getting this prayer answered. Because there are a lot of, older men depicted here. And that, to me, as a tarot reader, makes me think of, a synchronicity. There's something there with that. But yes, really hone your intentions. Deep down, if the universe came up to you and asked, well, I guess the universe can't really come up to you and ask, but just pretend it's a person for a second, and said, Pile 2, why do you really want this thing? What is the need deep down driving this? What would you answer? Okay, that's your nudge. And then let's also do the Healing Spirits Oracle. Oopsie, 1 second. My phone timer had, sometimes it darkens by itself. And I'm like, no, don't darken. I just have to be cognizant of how long the recording is running, so. All right, Guardian Angels, once again, any other advice for Pile 2? And if we get another bearded old man, we'll know for sure that is a bit of a nudge. Well, this one says, pick me. Oh, look at that, Pile 2. So prayer is mentioned again. Look at that. Number 33, if you're interested in the numerology. Okay. Maybe something about 3 people involved, too. Let's see if there's any other 3s. We have 2 1s with the 2 ace and then the first card, your pile leader. I think those are the only 3s, yes. But, yeah, okay. But it does say, trust in the wise spirits and your prayer will be answered. Yes, okay, so Pile 2. If it hasn't already been, neon flashing sign repeated already, your prayer has been heard. Okay, the thing that you're looking for has been heard by the universe, by your angels, your spirit guides, etc. And it will be answered. It's a reassurance. Once again, you're going to get the thing that you're looking for. Okay, so please just a little breath of relief. It's going to be okay. But, I guess there's not really much more advice to say from that card because it's one of those cards, those rare ones where it's basically you don't really have to do anything. It just kind of falls into your lap. Not that you didn't work for it, right, Pile 2, but at the same time, it's now at the point of having worked for what this is. It's in the universe's hands, and it's going to be answered. Okay, so trust in the wise spirits, so especially your guardian angels coming forward today, that they know what you're searching for, what you're struggling with, and they're like, we heard you, we're gonna help you out with this. Okay. So let me see, anything else with this reading? Very beautiful. Pretty straightforward, kind of yep. That idea that you're looking for, that information, that direction's coming. Just takes a little bit of a tweak of honing your intention. Why do you want this deep down? Okay. And then let's do a final 3 tarot cards. I think we'll do tarot with you as well, Pile 2. I want to ask, after the prayer is answered, what will be given to you? What's the good news? So, guardian angels, although Pile 2 might already know it, I want to know as the tarot reader, and maybe just provide more clarity for them, what good things are coming after this when the prayer is answered. Okay, well, that was very fast. Is that 3 cards? That's 4 cards, but you know what? We're going to take them. So, we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, so taking action with our passions, also in terms of speed, because the Knights also represent different speeds of movement. Knight of Wands is pretty quick. He isn't as fast as the Knight of Swords, but that means something happening rapidly, okay, relatively. We also have the Queen of Cups, is something that is attuned to your heart. So once again, it kind of makes me think of that intention thing. Is after you really hone the intention, the thing coming after is in tune with what a Queen of Cups, or aka you, I'm hearing pile 2, is looking for, okay? Because the Queen of Cups is someone who is very in tune with her emotions. She's in tune with her heart. She knows why she wants what she wants. She knows why she's feeling certain ways, okay? And she's accepting of her emotions, not ashamed of them. And she follows and chooses her direction based on that compass of the heart, okay? So following your heart is another really good message here. And then we have the 7 of Swords reversed. Okay, interesting. And then we also have the 4 of Pentacles. So the other 2 things coming forward from this after the prayer is answered is the 7 of Swords reversed usually represents either like, sometimes it can mean getting away with something. Or sometimes it can also mean like a deception revealed, or like a betrayal revealed, or like resolved. I don't know if part of this too is that there was something that had been like deceptive and you were trying to figure out like the truth about it, or it's like maybe there was even a person involved that was, like, especially if it's like a roommate situation. Maybe you found out the roommate kind of was not doing like the right things or being the best roommate in terms of like, you know, paying for rent or something along those lines. In either case, it probably kind of maybe felt like a little bit of a stab in the back. And the 7 of Swords reversed is saying that's going to be resolved. That's going to be fixed. That's going to be revealed and dealt with, okay? Because it's like getting caught almost. At least in that particular situation. Or it's like, if it's you, pile 2, not that like you're screwing anyone on rent, I don't think, but you know what I mean? Like, if it's you, like, I don't want to say it's almost like you're getting away with something, because that's like, I don't know, like, that's like a negative connotation. It's not really like negative getting away with something. It just maybe kind of will feel like it, like, oh, I can't believe the universe actually gave me this thing that I asked for. That kind of energy. Kind of depends on your situation as to how I would interpret that, but take that the way it resonates. And then we also have the 4 of Pentacles, which is reserving our resources. Like, she's clutching the coins close to her. So saving money is another benefit coming after the prayer is answered. I don't know, maybe finances have been a bit tight too, pile 2. But that's another part that's coming forward. Being able to save more money, maybe part of this issue with the 7 of Swords reversed was someone was taking money in some way, or they weren't like giving the money they were supposed to. Once again, I think maybe like a roommate situation. You're going to be able to save more after this too. Maybe reserve your resources. Okay. So it's more aligned with your heart. It's more aligned with your ambitions. It's going to happen pretty rapidly. You're going to resolve some sort of deception or betrayal. And you're going to be able to reserve your finances, more your resources. Okay, so that is your refreshing good news today from your guardian angel, or maybe even angels plural. There might be more than one working here. But if you liked the reading and if it resonated, if it helped you, please like the video itself. Please comment down below. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. That just helps me out a little bit, which helps me provide more readings for both you and others in the future. And as is our tradition on Lone Pine Tarot, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye, Pile 2. Hello there, Pile number 3. Welcome today to your pick a card reading from your guardian angels on good, refreshing news. As you recall, the pile leader you chose and were drawn to was the beautiful adventure guardian angel with the number 7. How fitting for an angel reading, right? Number 7. So, right off the bat, what I'm hearing intuitively from your guardian angels and this card is the good news coming your way is something to do about freeing yourself, especially with the imagery of the breaking of the chains. It almost feels like maybe you've been kind of stuck somewhere for a while, or like stuck in stasis, unable to make some sort of progress, something along those lines. And it's like finally the chains break and you're freed to do something. You're able to spread your wings. Okay. Especially something aligned with the heart, because she does have a light over her heart chakra. Very interesting. So we'll set your pile leader over here to the left. And then to begin the reading, I want to draw your Lenormand and your tarot. So, guardian angels for my wonderful pile 3, trying to break their chains today from something. Could you please tell us more about the good news? What good is coming their way? What's refreshing for them to hear? Thank you. And I'm going to take the back one, actually. Let's grab your Pastoral Tarot next. There we go. I'll pick that one. And last but not least, thank you for your patience, pile 3, as I shuffle everything. We have your Ethereal Visions Tarot. Okay, that one says pick me. Alright. Ready to come flying out of there. So 3, 4, and 5. Okay, my wonderful pile 3, let's first look at your Lenormand to begin the reading about this chain breaking. We have the Fortress, so that can mean protection. That can also mean authority in some way. We have the Man. I feel like the Man has come up in like every reading today. Lots of masculine energy out and about. And then we have the Bard or the Writer. So I would read this, pile 3. Lenormand is read kind of like words in a sentence. It's a little bit different than tarot. So it's something to do with the authority or protection of a man in like a news or a message delivered here. Also, it can also mean something happening quickly with the Bard because he's riding on a horse, like he's trying to deliver something very fast. But the Man can also represent masculine energy and not literally a man. So taking action, protecting things, especially right next to the Fortress is a good example. Sometimes the Fortress can also represent authority in terms of government. So I don't know if you're like being restrained by something to do with the government right now or some legal related thing, or it's like you want to feel protected from something and freed from it. It's like you're wanting news or a message in this area of some sort. That one's a little bit more obscure, but there is that, like I said, that element of protection of man and something happening quickly. You know what? Sometimes the Writer or the Bard I would almost read as escape too. I don't know if you're trying to get away from somebody. Maybe that's where like the breaking of the chains is, getting out of a bad situation. Something along those lines, pile 3. Let's also look at this card. We have the 3 of Cups. Okay, 3 of Cups is a social situation or a group of people. Are you trying to break away from a group? Or it's like a group that you're in and you're like, I don't know if I want to be with these people or this person. Or it could also mean that it's like you want to break away with a group, but right now you're like disconnected from them, or you want to go to them and you're disconnected. And it's interesting that we also have the Dog, and the dog usually means loyalty in most symbolisms. Very interesting. Let's look at your tarot cards. We have the Hermit reversed. Okay, coming out of our shell a little bit. Coming forward with some sort of knowledge after we've been through a long time of thinking about it. So this is definitely something that you've been pondering over for a long time. I get the sense, pile 3. You're like, I've thought about this far too much. I already know what I want. And then we have the 8 of Pentacles. Hard at work, man. Look at that, pile 3. You've been working your butt off for this too. Because this is like, well, he's a blacksmith, right? Hammering at something again and again and again. Trying to forge something. He's already got 7 of them, and it's like he's just got the last one. So I think you're just like right at the cusp of getting through this, pile 3, because, like I said, he's already done all the other pentacles. He's just got 1 left. But he's still not rushing it. He's like, I gotta land this perfectly. I gotta forge this perfectly. Would not be surprised if you get the 6 of Swords with this card. Oh no, we got the Chariot. Or I shouldn't say 6 of Swords with this card, this particular spread. So the Chariot is about taking control, taking action, having control over things, having direction and balance in the way that we move forward. Yeah, so it's like whatever it is, pile 3, and it's interesting, you also have like the horses with the Bard too, or the Rider. you want to have it be done perfectly. You're like, I gotta stick this landing. I have to have this done perfectly. So I think, yeah, either if it's like with government or, maybe even sometimes authority can mean like maybe you're in a position of authority and you're like, I gotta do this thing right with my authority. But then it's also freeing yourself in some way, moving away from something. Interesting. There's so many different things coming through. Yes, look at that. We got the Two of Pentacles, pile 3, balance. You're like, I gotta juggle this just perfectly. What are you up to, pile 3? I don't know. Feel free to weigh down in the comments down below and let me know, because I'm curious about you. This pile is very curious, but man, and you're doing it with grace, or you will do it with grace if you're not quite at the point of moving forward yet, but your guardian angels are seeing the effort you're putting in. They're like, look at the way pile 3 has been going. Look at that. Sweat, blood, tears, lots of thinking, lots of control, doing it with grace. And then last but not least, we have the Seven of Cups. What an interesting card. So no Six of Swords, like I said before. Because I was wondering if some of you were moving away from the situation. The Six of Swords can represent that. But you got the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups tends to represent being aware of what is the best emotion to follow or the best dream to follow. What is real? What is an illusion in terms of our goals or our heart's desires? Because you have the cups here, but they're protected by this beast. It almost kind of looks like an alligator, but a little bit more dragony than that, minus the wings. More like a worm, maybe. And it was interesting, too, because he's also holding a skull, like the very, very infamous speech, or well-known speech in Hamlet. To be or not to be, that is the question. To be or not to be. So I almost wonder, pile 3. Have you... What's the best way to word this question? Have you been debating over a direction? Have you been trying to figure out whether or not you want to give up on something? Because you'd be freed from it if you did. Very interesting. But in either case, pile 3, overall what I'm seeing is your good news is your hard work is going to pay off. You're going to make great strides in this area. You're going to break those chains. Remember your pile leader. You're going to do so with grace. You're going to stick the landing. You're not only going to succeed, pile 3, you're going to do it with flying colors. You're going to pass with flying colors. Whatever it is you've been trying to do very controlled and very carefully, it's going to be, I'd almost say perfect. I mean, because look at this. You have 8 of Pentacles, forging away. The Chariot is doing something with control and balance. 2 of Pentacles also means balance, and she's juggling things, especially when it comes to financial resources. So I think maybe a lot of what you've had to juggle is money, maybe job-related things, job tasks. Maybe it's you've been like looking for, maybe that movement I was talking about is moving to like a different department or a promotion of some sort. Maybe to a higher authority, like say maybe to management from a different position that wasn't management before. And it's coming swiftly. Look at that rider going fast. And the Chariot also means something happening quickly, because a chariot, goes forward very fast with the force of the horses carting it forward. But man, that Seven of Cups is interesting. I'm going to actually grab an extra tarot card on the Seven of Cups. Guardian Angel, can you elaborate more on the Seven of Cups? What do you mean with that? What do you mean with that? Six of Cups reversed. Nostalgia blinders, okay. Moving away from the past. Not holding on to the past anymore. I really think you are moving forward into the future, pile 3, with something where you're moving away from a place you've been a long time, or it's like from a group that you've been in for a long time. Six of Cups can also represent family sometimes, because these are brothers, okay, in this particular depiction. And in general, the Six of Cups can mean like siblings too, but reversed, it's the energy of realizing, okay, maybe I need to move away from this family, or move away from this past, or move away from, you know, not being blinded by nostalgia or fond memories, realizing maybe this isn't the best place for me. And I think that's that realization here with the Seven of Cups of what's good and what's not, what's a dream, what's reality. Moving from fantasy into reality and saying, oh, I do need to leave this in my past. I gotta take my nostalgia blinders off. My nostalgia goggles, we call them sometimes, right? So, that is so far the good news, is that you're going to make great strides and stick the landing on moving away from, breaking away from whatever it is you've been trying to move away from, okay? Guardian Angel, see your hard work, pile 3. That is also just very emphasized in this reading. Let's see, I want to do, before we move to your oracle cards, I want to do a final Lenormand on more about the good that's coming afterwards. So guardian angels, after they break away and they stick the landing, and they just do it with flying colors, can you talk about more, a little bit of a glimpse of what else good is coming down the road after that, like, or as an effect of that? Thank you. Okay, for sure this one. Oh, look at that. We got the lucky little clover. Also, 2 is emphasized again. Balance. Both the Chariot is kind of like a 2 because of the 2 horses, or they almost look like sphinxes in this particular depiction. But the 2 of Pentacles, too. Doing things with balance. Okay. The Fox. Clever. And we've got the Man. The Emperor, or the Lord, higher class man in this situation. Okay, so something to do with luck. With luck and cleverness with a man. Or luck and cleverness with something that you're doing with masculine energy. So taking action, or trying to protect something, or trying to control something. So if there's something you feel like you're going to have to be smart about, you're going to have luck in this area. Especially if it's related to, like I said, a man. Or masculine energy of taking action in some way. Man, there's just lots of blessings in this reading, pile 3. Lots of luck. Lots of the guardian angels coming forward. You just higher beings in general, your spirit guides too. They're like, yeah, we've got your back. You're going to do just fine. I mean, look at all this control and balance and this hard work. So if you think you're on the wrong path, pile 3, you're on the right path. I mean, don't think you're on the wrong path is what I mean. You're on the right path, for sure. If there's anything you take away from this reading, that's what I would have you take away with it. Or from it, I should say. Let's grab some advice cards from your Angel Guide Oracle first. Okay. What else do you want to give them for advice, Guardian Angel? Thank you. Surrender. Let the good things happen. It's interesting, too, the closed eyes. You have the closed eyes in your angel, and also the angel here in your pile leader. You know, your Chariot almost looks like he's got closed eyes, too. Let's look at that a bit closer. Well, definitely I see a sense of relief, too. Because when we close your eyes, it's like, oh, you're closing them, the relief, like, oh, thank God. And there's so many cards where the figures are, like, looking down, or they got their eyes closed. Like, nose to the grindstone, and, yeah, even, oh my God, look at your 6 of Cups, too. Like, let me just point this out, pile 3, and I know this is a weird sidetrack, but, like, okay, her eyes are closed. The Hermit's the only one with his eyes open. Even their eyes are kind of closed as they're looking down, or it's like, it's not just, like, closed eyes, but it's also looking down. Okay, so looking down, looking down, looking down, looking down. We'll show that a bit better. She's looking down. I mean, well, this figure doesn't really have a face, but kind of looking down with the face that he does, or mask that he does have. Your 6 of Cups, looking down. I'm trying to remember what that represents in tarot. I haven't had a reading with so many, like, figures with their eyes closed or looking down. Let me tap in intuitively for a moment here, pile 3. There's something about, like, keeping your eyes steady. Like, eyes on the prize. Focus on yourself, pile 3. That's what your guardian angels are saying right now. All you need to do is focus on yourself. What an interesting reading, pile 3. Then we also have the Healing Spirits Oracle. What else would you like to give them for advice, angels, today? Thank you. Okay, well that was fast, but we'll keep shuffling. See if anything else really pops out. Not too prominently. Let's see what we got with this one. Oh, you know, I think pile 2 got this too, but look at that. How beautiful, pile 3. Also, we got 3 again, 33. Like your pile number and the 3 of Cups. Lots of 3s. If you're looking for any angel numbers, look for 3s. Trust in the wise spirits and your prayer will be answered. So that's actually very similar to surrender, pile 3. It's a lot about, like, the good thing coming to you is going to, I mean, you worked hard for it for sure. Look at that. I mean, we talked about that ad nauseum, but it's in their hands now, and they're answering your prayer with it. Okay? It's time for you to rest. It's time for you to say, okay, I did everything I could. I did everything I needed to. Now it's in the angels' hands. It's in the universe's hands, higher beings in general that protect you and surround you. You know, spirit guides, ancestors, etc. And it'll come to me. Rest. Also, if you've been not sleeping enough, rest. Because sometimes even physical things pop up with this. With everyone's eyes closed, it's like, are you getting enough sleep, pile 3? You need more sleep? Maybe getting some insomnia, in which case I always recommend melatonin. It's great for that. Sometimes magnesium too. I'm not a doctor, so just have to give that little bit, disclaimer, of course. I'm not a doctor, but I think it's magnesium and then melatonin. Sometimes that helps people sleep. Lavender oil too, aromatherapy. But yes. Also, it's interesting because there's a lot of throat chakra blue energy here too. Like speaking a truth of some sort. I wonder if you've had to be honest about something recently and you're afraid of the fallout as well. And they're saying it's going to be okay. It was good that you opened up your throat chakra and said that truth. Yeah, even the blue in your Healing Spirits Oracle. Beautiful. It's going to work out okay, pile 3. It's going to work out good. And then let me see. Let's end off your reading with a final 3 tarot cards. I want to ask, what's a good question to ask for you, pile 3? I've been kind of ad-libbing it with each pile today. What is the final question I ask for each of you? Let's see. What else would you like to tell them, guardian angels, about this situation, about this sticking the landing and moving forward with momentum? What else do you want to say? Ace of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so lack of opportunity of some sort, especially finances. 3 of Pentacles. We got 3 again. Okay, so for sure if you're looking for angel numbers and signs, 3. That's your number. Okay, and then we have, last but not least, the Artist. And the Artist is actually specific to this deck, pile 3. Not found in any other tarot deck. It is representative of the man who drew these. Matt Hughes is his name, I believe, for this deck. But what it means, reversed, is an inability to dream. Maybe that insomnia is popping up again. But what they're saying, pile 3, though, is part of the reason why, like, if you feel like there's been, like, a lacking of opportunity recently or an inability to, like, bring dreams to life, Ace of Pentacles reversed in the Artist, there's something you need help with from other people, because the 3 of Pentacles is about teamwork. Interesting, yeah. I mean, even 3 of Cups, too, means a group of people, okay? If you can, and you haven't already, please consider looking to get some help from someone else or a group of people that you trust to help you bring this to fruition. Now, your guardian angel said it's going to come. It's your prayers will be answered. Surrender. The chains will break, but to make it even better, they recommend teamwork of some sort. Okay? So I'm hearing this final 3 cards as almost like advice cards. And that will help unblock a lack of financial opportunity or career opportunity here with the Ace of Pentacles reversed. And free up those dreams from being dreams and making them reality, which is interesting because remember that 7 of Cups I said about before earlier I brought up? Maybe that's really what it meant, pile 3, was dreams into reality. Teamwork. That's your answer. Teamwork will make the dream work. Sorry about the pun, or not the pun. I guess that's more of a cliche saying it's not a pun, but teamwork makes the dream work. All right, so that is what I'll leave you with today for your pick a card reading. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And of course, thank you to your guardian angels for helping us with this message. If the message resonated, if you liked it, please like the video itself. Please comment down below. Let me know what's going on with your situation if it did resonate. And let's see. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. That just helps me out a little bit, which helps me provide more readings for both you and others in the future. And as is our tradition on Lone Pine Tarot, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Remember angel number 3 or 33, things like that. Okay, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye, pile 3.